The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Stephon Anthony. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Mayfield to throw it. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So here's the starting 11, and the human highlight reel, Odell Beckham Jr., watch out for him.
One of the few guys in the league that gets you and I out of our hotel rooms early to get here for pregame warm-ups and watch him go through his routine. He's absolutely amazing catching the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's one of 2 Colquitts punting at our game here. This is Britton who gets the first shot. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Pulled in at the 24. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So now the Chiefs go on offense in great starting field position. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Be a long day for you.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Right side catch. This is Gates. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. But it'll be second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes, that is caught inside the 5. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield, throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Stephon Anthony picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Hill on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Number 53, Mike 53. Check the out, check the out, check the out. 53 Mike.
Now a handoff looking right. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15.
Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right?
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The tackle by Terrence Mitchell.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
53, Mike 53. I can't believe that you...
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes caught. Kelsey left side. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mahomes now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, and he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. This is caught. Watkins. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Go, go, go. Mike, 50.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. It fights him off. Now he stepped, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Heading back out, Baker Mayfield as we call up our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mayfield now. He's got Njoku over the middle. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. To throw, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield off the play fake. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, 1 half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10, and he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. Now, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest. Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Just like that. Just like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this is caught by Watkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That's what I'm talking about.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That good for 22 and a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow, 180. Mike, wants to run. They're running it. Let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's what I do.
Now Mahomes gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Some strong running at the 20. And he breaks through another tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Mayfield, and the Chiefs are going to get him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
I'm coming to you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.